Hello everyone and welcome back to UKSG Blue 2024, the event where we're raising money for Crisis. You can donate with the links below the stream. We would also like to shout out BSG for...
Go
on. We would like to shout out BSG for their continued support. And coming up now, we have the one, the only, my GOAT, UKSG's own Hibnotix, alongside the great Viper, running Tails, Noir, Rebel, Rush. Have at it.
Thank you, thank you. What an introduction. I can't get much better than that, folks. I wasn't supposed to be running this a couple of weeks ago. We were going to be having a Spyro block, and it would have had 2 spaces showing off a Java Spyro game, which, yeah, on like an old Nokia phone. So you would have definitely, I mean, it would have been great to see that, but we didn't get to see him. So in his honor, we're going to be driving with the 2 stripes, because he's not with us. But yeah, this is Tails Noir Rebel Rush. This is not really a quintessential Hib game, which I've kind of had that moniker put on me now.
Yeah.
This is a game
that
Japanese. Has actually, yeah, and a game that's actually released recently. In fact, probably the most recently released game in this whole marathon. So this came out like a month ago, and
is it that long ago?
I don't even know, honestly.
I want to say about a month ago, yeah, 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
And already in that time, it's had like an SRC competition, and things have happened. I'm going to be showing off the run to a decent capacity, I think, hopefully. But yes, if the tech, I know the tech are looking at things at the moment, but if the tech are ready to start the timer, Rebel Dragon 95. Rebel Dragon 95. Are you ready on time?
Tech.
Thank you. All right. We are going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Nice.
So we are starting from a save file that we've already done pretty much everything that we can do in this game, because if we didn't, we'd just have to skip through a whole load of cutscenes, because yes, this game has a story. It also has core mechanics, which I'm going to explain. So we can jump in this game, which we are going to utilize as much as we can to skip little bits here and there. I wanted to do a really cool bit where I turn around and say hello to people as I do this stage, because that's the stage done. It's good. It's good. And then we are introduced to the himbos. They are called himbos in this game, and I'm going to reset because that definitely wouldn't have landed.
This is the reason why the S was 20 minutes. Everything that could go wrong.
Should I jump there?
Missed.
Yeah, I should have jumped there.
Close.
So yeah, when I'm not even going to be going for like the hardest of stuff here, but of course I mentioned there was an SRC challenge, and people have found some ridiculous optimizations for it. And Kerem, who landed on the world record and managed to get the prize money for it, I'm like, this guy's crazy. But you can see on all the ghosts, these are my best times. So we're kind of going against myself here, which is quite nice to have a point of reference for what we do. But yeah, fairly simple controls, and we want to kind of be pointing our nose down as we're coming into land, just because it speeds up our fall for whatever reason. There are tiny little bits of nuance to this game which make it fun. And yeah, it's fairly nice and short as well. What's your experience with the game been like, Viper? I know that you
stressful is what I'll say.
Because you picked it up early, like whilst it was,
yeah,
whilst there was the hype around it.
So I picked it up on release day. So for those that are unaware, as Hibby was saying, so this game was run as a SRC competition, but the game came out about 2 days before, maybe 3 days before, from what I remember.
Yeah.
And essentially, what got me hooked was the fact that I saw Hivy and Nimputs, shout out to Nimputs as well, who both of them were running it. I think you ran it, so Nim saw it, and then I saw Nim running it, and I was like, I've got to try this. So the demo was quite fun, but the mechanics of it are, it's very precise. I think, given games that are like, well, something like, yikes, aside from that, so the fact is that you have something like Trackmania, which is very precise driving technical things, I guess. This is kind of more of the same, except ferry-based, I think is the easiest way to put it.
Yeah.
A ferry-based Trackmania, I think.
Yeah.
It's very short, as Hibby was saying. There is a story involved, although what is involved, I don't know. Even I skipped all the cutscenes, so I don't remember.
So we're like, there is a little bit of story. So we're like part of a rebel group, and come on! No way! This stage of all stages, man. This should not be tripping me up. Oh dear. Yeah. So there's like a rebel group that you've been recruited with, and this is Vancouver. Apparently, this is a very flooded Vancouver, as you can see, and you know they're just kind of doing it for their own means, and then the kind of like big family, like kingpin leader. Clarissa is like, oh, we actually quite enjoy what you're doing. Do you want to come and drive for me? And the guys are like, ooh, I'm not sure about this. You know, she's a bit dodgy. Come on. Not again.
Oh, just.
And then they all kind of in. I'm going to be honest, I've reset and played this game so many times that the story's just kind of like gone out of my head at this point. Yeah, so there is a story, and this is actually a series of games. So they're more, before this came out, there were like some detective games and really, really cool art style. It's kind of a blend of old pixel stuff with like atmospheric, I don't know. It was really cool, and we kind of thought that this series was dead at that point because the developers for that, after COVID, their company went bust and they were like, sorry guys, we can't do any more games. And I don't quite know the full story of how Eggnut came into it. Eggnut were the developers of this, great name. But they came into the story somehow, and they came up with this, and thus the Tales series got new life breathed into it, and yeah, definitely not what we were expecting from detective games. They're like, yeah, let's do something that's Trackmania, Rocket League, like it says in the credits what they're inspired by. So, oh yeah, I won't speak their words for them. Hopefully we will make it to the credits.
Should be able to.
Yeah.
Should be easy enough.
Come on. Okay, we didn't pick up that.
Yeah, so a lot of these levels, in terms of how long they last, can last anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. But as you can see, getting a run of any level takes way more effort than it should. I'm pretty sure, if I'm being honest, I think the whole point of the competition, everything, the SRC competition, but runs in general, literally about doing a really fast time in one shot without screwing up. And honestly, I think I must have been at about 15 or 20 attempts before I got a run finished, and then by the time PB come around, I was on like 50.
We're going to redo this, John.
Yeah, it's fine.
The police! Get out!
The police are there. Ooh.
Am I stuck?
I think so. We're out. We're good. But yeah, so we have, whilst all this is all going on as well. Oh, that was a.
I can't. Can I recover this? I don't like that camera angle. Just gonna reset.
We'll reset. But yeah, so there's 4 chapters altogether, 4 levels per chapter. Then you have the finale, which I'm not going to spoil because, well, you'll see it. And then once you finish the game, there is something called Rebel Rush. Coincidentally, it's in the name's title, which is essentially one giant behemoth of a level, and it combines all of the levels together, and you've got to do the whole thing without screwing up.
Why do I keep
And that is basically like the ultimate challenge. So you imagine that this one's like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, imagine basically just doubling it for that reason, like, alone. It's pretty insane.
Come on! I'm fighting for my life here. Why is this stage of all stages being like this? Yeah, so runs at the top. I think because of the competition and the kind of like bounty behind it, they got some really good optimizations. I didn't mention that, but ILs as well. ILs are very popular, and a lot of folks have kind of stayed at that as time's gone on, which is really cool to see, because I think that's what they were hoping. Like, that was kind of the intention of the game whilst they were making it. Oh, I'd be too far off to the side, but we might.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, and we've got the himbo. Yeah, reminder that these guys are called himbos.
Yes,
we're out. We're so out. We're so bad.
Out of chapter 2 into 3.
Yeah.
This is the other thing as well. So the game doesn't tell you. It basically, there's a finish point. You'll find it, but then as you're going through the level, as you can already see, we find like all these interesting little tricks that will get us to the end much faster.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if you were to play this legit, quote unquote legit, most of these levels would take anywhere between 30 seconds to 2 minutes. But obviously speedrunners can take anywhere between 15 and 45 seconds, give or take. It really depends on the level more than anything else. Like for example, that level that Hiv's just done, there is a strat where you can go off the ramp as it goes right. You can jump off that and it takes you all the way to the finish line if you bounce off it correctly. But getting that, it feels like 1 in a million sort of chance. So a lot of it is very much like oof.
Very tight inputs.
Yeah. Very accurate related.
Be very happy if I can do this stage first try, because there's a little bit where we spend a lot of time in the air and we've got to direct those himbos, which you can see they go where the car is facing. So we are going to hopefully get that one. We didn't pick up that himbo, man. Only in this game can I get away with saying that's something like that.
I mean, yeah, basically. I even have no words for that. It's also the words, I never thought I would ever speedrun a Fury racing game. That's also words I didn't have in my dictionary at the start of this year, but here we are. The music's pretty good though, to be honest. Like so you can buy just the soundtrack on Steam, to be honest, and for what it's worth, it's very... Oh yeah, then you get glitches like that with the characters.
Okay, we picked that one up this time. Might have left it too late. I can't recover that. Maybe I'll just go around the whole way. You get to see the whole clock. Ugh. Bit of a stinker. Right, whilst we're doing this again, if there's anything that our lovely host, Cherry, would like to say in the meantime.
Alright, so I do have one question.
Oh.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Because a brand new event is approaching. The Marathon Alliance is a novel collaboration bringing different European speedrunning organizations together.
Yes.
Officially starting with their inaugural event on November 7th, they will show you what European speedrunning family has to offer to the comfort of your home. If you want to become a part of it, submit your speedrun. Submissions are open until October 18th. Follow them on Twitter at @MA_speedrun for more information.
Very good, yeah. Shout outs to the new crew on the block, Summer Besties. Sort of been keeping a loose eye on what those guys are doing. I'm technically an organizing team, but I haven't really been around enough to help with organizing. But yeah, they're putting in some good work, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of that alliance as well. That was an awful landing.
I gotta say, this one wound me up the most, I think. Just doing this in particular. So the lamppost is one of the main things. So a lot of the items on the tracks are very much destructible, such as them.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if we're gonna make this. Are we gonna make it?
Yes. He's goated. We can skip this loop as well with a very well-timed jump. I think we've reset on enough levels already that you don't want to see.
We're playing it safe. We're playing it safe.
You don't want to see me floundering around the map. So, yeah, taking the long way around. You can do, as we mentioned, IL scene has gone kind of wild. So you can just fling yourself off different bits of slightly sloped terrain, and then that just save you big time.
I think it's worth mentioning, yeah. So the record got brought down a lot. So I think like my best time I did on all levels was 12 something or other, and I thought that run was decent. Nope. The guys that have the record, they're in the 8-minute mark. Yeah. So they're insanely quick. As we were saying, each level is very optimized. So it's a case of this little time as well. Like the community just went absolutely nuts when this came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been. I think that's. I don't know if it's the most active it's ever been, but it was definitely something.
I mean, it's only been a month for it to be active. So yeah, it's probably peaked. But yeah, it's been fun. Big shout outs to the dev team who, have been. And all right, when we pick up this himbo, everybody's got to say the word ice. Ice.
Ice.
Let's go.
Ice.
Just the way that they say it in the game. And again, ice. Yes. They know what they're doing. So yeah, this is the third of the himbos in the different power again. Yes. So this is the third. Nice. Third of the himbos, we saw the first one gave us a double jump, second one gave us a little boost, and then this little polar bear guy, lo and behold, is bringing us, I was about to say bringing us the heat, but obviously not. He is cooling things down, helping us get across these vast expanses, a load of bouncing bounce pads, I guess. And then
They just fly off like ragdolls all of it.
yeah. And then straight into there. But yeah, there are so many optimizations that you're not seeing in this run. This is very much a
Nice.
not a slow run.
Nice
Oh,
one.
he said it. That jump was late. Yeah, it's nice.
Nice.
For my resetting, I just press Y, and I was about to press it there because I was, you know, when you're commentating and you're thinking like, oh yeah, this is the input, and then it just stays in your brain. I'm so close to pressing Y to reset the stage. That's not where the power up is.
We could probably mention about the other vehicles as well and
Oh,
the
yeah.
hearts and everything. So in each level there is 3 hearts that you collect, but you only unlock the hearts to collect once you beat the level the first time around. So you beat the level and immediately it's like, oh, okay, you're on a leaderboard, everybody else. But also 3 hearts have appeared in various points of the stage that you've got to try and collect. As you collect them, you'll unlock various vehicles. So you start off with something called Initial Car, which is essentially just the Toyota AE86 from Initial D. So obviously shouting out another good franchise there. And then you have the Taxi, which is like American style taxi,
Yeah.
or something similar to that. And then finally, last but not least, is you have, sorry, no, not last but not least, you have this, which is the 2 stripes, which is a shout out to the Nissan Skyline from Too Fast, Too Furious. I only know that because I'm a bloody car nut. And the last one, that's why I'm here. And then the last one that you unlock is a red sports car, which is a replica of the Honda NSX R from Japanese car culture. Now,
that's not
that
when I
was
wanted
close.
to do that. Sorry,
but
we'll take the other route.
no, it's alright. But to be honest, the thing is as well is that all 4 cars have their own. They have their own stuff, like in terms of what you can do with them. Like the handle's slightly different from one, although you probably get used to them and they all probably feel the same eventually. Also,
happening?
this is it.
Bada-boom.
I forget that. I always forget that's the other one.
That's not the route. I just used my power up early for some reason. So, yeah, last stage, we will cool time when it's time. Yeah, not anytime soon, but of course, I keep on saying it. Most of these stages you've seen like how they have been optimized. Not this one. I'm going to take this one a little bit safe because we have got to do a big launch with these himbos. So we go bada boom, we do a jump, and then we want to try and get on that ramp over there, which we do. Those boosters are fun.
They're hard.
They
are
can
difficult.
fling us. Get to jump there. They can just fling us into outer space. It is a grim time if you're on PB pace and then the game's just like, no, to the moon.
In case this isn't obvious, by the way, it's harder than it looks.
Yeah, it's not.
Just in case this wasn't giving anything away, it's way harder than this looks. As someone who probably has PTSD
There
at
we
this
go.
point from this
All
game.
right, time is coming up in 3, 2, 1.
Hey!
Time. Nice.
69th place in the leaderboard for that. Nice.
Nice. So, yeah, that was all the stages. As we mentioned earlier,
Oh yeah, credits too.
here's the credits. But once you're done with this, it throws you into I can't even remember what it's called. It's like
Rebel Rush.
yeah.
It's in the name.
Well, no,
It
it's
is
like
not the title is called Rebel
no,
Rush.
but
I'm
it's
sure.
like inspired. I think it's inspired by like the Only Up games, or like the ones where yeah, and the Bennett 40. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that was Rebel Rush. Thank you to the folks that put it together. They've been really cool to kind of get to know and see how things go about. See the community grow through it as well. I hope that they got what they were looking for when it comes to kind of reaching out to the speedrun scene. It was good fun. Shout outs to all the rebels who did do it, did do the speedrun challenge, for that SRC title. And yeah, shout outs to Alpha Dolphin, Kerem. I can't remember others from the top 5, but well done everybody who managed to make some bank from that. Very, very impressive seeing all the work that went into it. And yeah, we mentioned Nim earlier. Shout out to Nim again. Nim's good people.
Yeah.
That's Survivor for joining me. We did some good yapping. Have you got any shout outs?
Well, I'm on next run, so.
Great.
But, yeah.
Still a run.
I guess shout outs to the furries for making a good racing game. I genuinely have no idea. Like, honestly, at the start of the year, I didn't have this down on my bucket list. I didn't even think I'd be playing a game like this at the start of the year. And it's like, it's a racing game, of course I'm going to play it, but the fact it's so short, I mean, it's very aggravating. But honestly, I'm glad that Hibby did the run, not me, because there would be censorship through the wazoo if it was me. So I'm kind of glad to be sat here for this one. But yeah, no, it's a fun game. Definitely pick it up on Steam if you get a chance to.
Yeah.
I think it's on offer for like, what is it, like a couple of £1 on
It was
Steam?
for a bit, and it's probably still quite cheap either way.
I mean, it's an indie title, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, fandom be damned. Those furries can make a good game. So yeah. Shout outs to Eggnut. Shout outs to Stupid Friends. I keep on forgetting who's all over the place for that, but yeah. I think I've said all my thank yous. I'm going to be on in the evening, showing off a game that includes. You probably can't quite see him there, but we've got Mr. Domino. No one saw Mr. Domino. And before that, we got BCV. Before that, we got a whole load of amazing runs. So I'm not going to keep my yapping going. I'm just going to say, let's throw it over back to our host before I end up stealing what they're going to say.
Yeah, thank you, Heavy. You pretty much did, but yeah, so to close us off, we have a $10 donation from Big the Dave. I don't know what I expected from the title of the game, but I never expected Super Monkey Car.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Also, shout out Heavy for showing us such an amazing game with an amazing soundtrack. Something I can take away from watching all of these games tonight is just the amazing soundtrack that goes into all of them.
Just saying, that soundtrack does not get annoying when you're about 1,000 attempts into a level.
I can imagine.
Get used to hearing this.
It is good. It is a good soundtrack.
But great game. Shout out furries. So now we are going to go to a brief intermission and move on to, I can reveal it is Howlin' Mad Mike and Tiny Tim with Lotus Esprit.
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 Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I've been schooled. All right, let's go.